Subject: Chancellor Merkel angered by lack of German MEP support for terrorist finance tracking program. 1. C. Summary: Chancellor Merkel is privately angry over the lack of support German members of the European Parliament gave the terrorist finance tracking program. Interim agreement, and is worried that Washington will view the EP's veto as a sign that Europe does not take the terrorist threat seriously. Merkel is particularly irritated with German MEPs from her Christian Democratic Union, CDU, and sister Christian Social Union, CSU, parties, most of whom reportedly voted against the agreement despite previously indicating they would support it. Public German reactions to the EP vote have come exclusively from terrorist finance tracking program detractors who portrayed the veto as a sign that the European Parliament has won a victory over an arrogant commission/council, as well as delivering a rebuke to U.S. counterterrorism policies that undervalue data privacy. These events suggest the need to intensify our engagement with German government interlocutors, Bundestag and European parliamentarians, and opinion makers to demonstrate that the U.S. has strong data privacy measures in place. And summary: 2. C. Hamburg Mayor Ole von Bust, CDU, told Ambassador Today, 2/12, that he had met with Chancellor Merkel last night and she was very, very angry, angrier than he had ever seen her, with the outcome of the vote. Bust said that the Chancellor had personally lobbied German MEPs from the CDU/CSU parties to support the agreement, but that most of these MEPs ended up voting against the agreement anyway. Merkel expressed concerns to Bust that Washington will view the EP veto as a sign that Europe does not take the terrorist threat seriously. Merkel also worried about the ramifications, presumably within Europe and for transatlantic relations, that might follow were a terrorist attack to occur that could have been prevented had SWIFT data been exchanged. 6. C. Comment: The overwhelming rejection of the interim agreement by German MEPs from all political parties nonetheless is surprising. Although we anticipated that the FDP and Greens would come out strongly against the interim agreement, the broad lack of support it received from the CDU/CSU and Social Democrats was unexpected. We believe a number of factors contributed to this, including the fact that MEPs of all stripes saw this as an early opportunity to exert their new post-Lisbon powers and send a message to the Commission and Council. Specific to Germany, the almost complete absence of public statements by German leadership in support of the agreement resulted in a situation in which MEPs received no political coverage supporting a positive vote and saw little political cost for a no vote. Furthermore, the German public and political class largely tends to view terrorism abstractly, given that it has been decades since any successful terrorist attack has occurred on German soil. This week's terrorist finance tracking program vote demonstrates that we need to intensify our engagement with German government interlocutors, Bundestag and European parliamentarians and opinion makers to get our views across. We need to also demonstrate that the U.S. has strong data privacy measures in place so that robust data sharing comes with robust data protections. Murphy.